Hello, hello. We're back. You know what we're playing. Alright, well, as long as I'm still addicted to it, we're going to be playing more Soulash 2. Now, we've definitely been grinding our skills up and improving the old crack shack. Turn this crack house into a crack home. Got carpentry up to 17. We're trying to get it to 18 so we can build stairs. But really, what we're concentrating on right now, more than anything, is we need to make some dang old money so we can pay trainers to help us get these skill caps up so we can get above 20 adventuring, so we can get up to the higher levels of carpentry, so we can get up past 10 construction. I did a lot of grinding for construction. Construction was a hell of a grind. So let me give you a little tip. If you're also new-ish to this game, once you've claimed a camp or whatever, build your actual stash and everything, go ahead and get you some wood, open up your build menu, build a bunch of stashes around yourself, and then use a hammer to deconstruct them, and that will level up your construction decently quickly. It's the only way I was able to grind it up to 10 in a reasonable amount of time. We also put down a chopping block and a smelter here. It's which was really the biggest reason why I was grinding construction, was to get the recipe for a furnace, so we could smelt things ourselves. And we took a couple trips to the hills and the mountains here nearby to gather ores. So we actually managed to build up a decent little supply of metal. For once we have an anvil, we can start really doing some stuff with that. Where is all of it? We managed to make 19 bronze ingots, 47 copper ingots, and 5 silver ingots. We actually got some gold ore as well, but we can't smelt it yet. And I've also, because I wanted to try seeing how well we could quickly level our weaponsmithing, I did make a bunch of bone knives, bone swords, etc. We're going to take those to town real quick and sell them, and then I kind of discovered a nice little way for us to make some quick bucks, alright? So we're gonna head back to Nordstol real quick. And just to be thematic, it would probably make sense to sell our bone weapons we've made to the hunters, right? Alright, brainlet. Try and remember where the hunters live. Now that I'm not coming here like every day, or spending most of my time in this village. Ah, yes, the hunter's hut right here. Let's go ahead and trade with them, and we're going to sell off all these weapons we made. Which is quite a lot. We used up a lot of those bones we've been saving up. Alright, now that netted us 34 coins. Which is alright, I guess, but not really what we're trying to accomplish here. We need more money. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna stop. Oh yes, also I made a barrel. So we're not carrying around water skins anymore. We're literally just carting around a barrel full of water. But it allows us to carry a lot more water. Alright, so we're gonna stop by the house real quick, just to make sure that we get topped up on water. So did a lot of just exploring around, especially on our claim here. I was actually able to find a decent amount of resources just kind of laying about in the unexplored areas here. But we're gonna go, now that we stop by here, which automatically tops us up on water. We're actually right next to a jungle. As you can see, I already stopped by here to test this out because I kind of was thinking about it and it made sense. We're right here, right next to the jungle. And unlike the regular forest area that we live in or the grasslands nearby, all of the trees here are palms, which are of a green quality. But it's not really anything that we're super concerned right now about using. But it's worth a decent amount of money, and we also get fan leaves from this, which apparently can be used to create strong fibers. We're going to be holding on to those. So the idea is that we're going to harvest a shit ton of this palm wood. We're going to just fill up our inventory on palm wood. And we're going to run that back to the old town we used to live in and that our family still lives in. And sell it there for a decent amount of money. I did one run of this already, just not even like a full inventory, just I think like 60 something of this palm wood and made like 150 coins, something like that. Spent it on training and then was like, oh yeah, this is probably gonna be decent. Because don't get me wrong, the metals and such that we've been hoarding are far more valuable, but I'm worried more about scarcity of those resources. They're harder to find, they're harder to come by, and we definitely have a finite amount of areas we can go to mine them, or attempt to find them to mine. So I want to hold on to those resources for crafting. Whereas wood, especially this palm wood, seems to be pretty sustainable for us to find on the regular and harvest in mass. And it should make us a decent little bit of money. How we doing now? We got 46 so far. Starting to get a little tuckered out, but that's fine. We can get another couple trees down real quick before we let old Egbert take a nice rest. We're still doing plenty good on food. Most of the times that I've been stopping by the house, I've been doing a little fishing, so we've been mostly surviving off of our cooked fish meat. We still have a ton of cooked meat in storage as well as all the berries, fruits, etc., that we've been finding. And plus with that perk we got recently, or that passive we got recently, we forage random food from the world map when we're traveling, which I didn't think it was going to be that big of a boon, but it's actually turned out to be pretty nice. I definitely recommend going for that one. I believe, let's check real quick, I believe that's an adventuring one. Yes, food everywhere. It's at adventuring level 18. That we automatically gather 1 unit of random food available in the region when traveling. So if you're traveling a decent amount of distance, boom, boom, you're getting food every time, which obviously by itself is not going to be as much as you're consuming, but it's a nice little bump in the right direction. Is this the date palm we harvested already? Yes. Just making sure. Alright, well, let's let Egbert just lay in the grass and take a quick nap here to Get his stamina back. And we still got plenty of inventory space. Plenty of carrying capacity. So let's harvest more. Because we are going to need lots of training. Which means we need lots of money. Take a breather, buddy. There we go. Alright. Take another breather and grab another log. Alrighty. We still got plenty of space. All those carrying capacity upgrades have been a rather nice boon. Get over here, Mr. Snake. Oh, wait. Wrong move. I threw an axe at him instead of doing the scorpion move. And we'll take that snake leather and meat as well. Just a nice little bonus. Keep deforesting. We're taking down the Amazon. We're deforesting the whole damn thing. Nah. Just as much as we can carry back to town on this trip. Or until I'm satisfied. Until I'm satisfied with my greedy little haul. This will probably be a shorter one than the last couple little episodes of this. I just kind of discovered this idea of using the nearby jungle to make money, to farm money from wood, and thought I wanted to record it and share it. As well as a few nice little tips and tricks along the way, or just things that I couldn't figure out and had to look up. And mostly, I'm gonna be real, there's definitely a few things that I had to look up in the last day or two on how to do things in this game, and almost every single time, furious Google searching would inevitably lead me back to the Steam discussions for this game, where the question was usually answered by the dev. So, salud. Salud for that, because there's been a lot of times with different games over the years that you've run into a problem and you just can't seem to solve it anywhere, and it's so frustrating. We're gonna put away a lot of the other ancillary stuff that we picked up. Apples, blueberries, etc., seeds. And then we're gonna go over to our nice hearth that I made recently. Cook up that fish and regular meat that we foraged along the way. And let's go ahead and carry our haul over to Nordstall and see how much money we make. Not the fishing hut. We want to be thematic. Let's take it to the carpenters. And this gal's a carpenter trainer anyways. So we'll go ahead and let's see if we sell her all this palm wood. 204. That's a decent little haul for, yeah, it being something that we can sustainably get our hands on. And now we can reinvest that money into carpentry. Now our carpentry limit is up to 20. But I want to get that dang old roof done, so let's head back and level our carpentry. Probably make more arrows to go ahead and level our carpentry. As one might be able to tell, I've already been doing a little deforesting here. Oh yes, one of the tips and tricks I wanted to talk about. So, there's several things that one kind of needs to build or make that require logs themselves as a resource. And you may notice in the last video, I was like, I can't pick up a log though. Well, once you have enough athletics skill, you can drag it. If you drag it, this one's going to be kind of a far drag here. If you drag it up to right next to your stash, you can go ahead and just put the log straight in the stash. And from there, when you open up, say, your build menu, and something requires a log, like a log wall, you can see we can place that. We have the proper resources in our stash. So, the more you know. Imagine a nice rainbow going across the screen right now that I'm totally not going to edit. Ain't gonna do it. Now, we should make some arrows. Maple wood. Take a lot of that out of our stash. And we'll start making some batches of arrows. We need to make 18 to get another level, so let's 14, 16, 17, 18. Oh yeah, would kind of help if I select make arrows. Oh yeah, they're 2 XP each. I could have just made 9. Oopsie daisies. Well, that got us about halfway to the next level as well. But hallelujah, we can make stairs. Now, first thing, let's definitely put away all those arrows, because I don't need to be carrying around a ton of arrows right now. I put the bow away for now, since we're at our hunting cap anyways. Until I decide to get some training in hunting, we're kind of putting that on the back burner. And prioritizing adventuring, carpentry, and construction at the moment, since they're kind of the most immediately useful right now. We did pick up some meat along the way, so let's go ahead and cook that real fast. Real quick. Excellent, excellent. Now, let's go ahead and build some stairs, maybe. Actually, how much just regular wood do we have in the stash? Since that's what we're using to build. 56, okay. That should be enough, right? Well then, let's build a set of stairs. Oh, lovely. It only lets us hop over from right there. Well then, let's go ahead and grab our regular wood to make a roof. So our house will finally have a damn roof. We're probably gonna need to gather more regular wood real quick, but so I don't want to use the expensive wood. Yep, we're out. We'll go back down. And let's cut down some trees. Good old-fashioned deforestation works every time. And rather than drag the log back, of course, we just want wood, not the log itself, so we'll cut up the logs. One more tree, I think, should be sufficient. Keyword should be, but we shall see very quickly. Yeah, 34 should be enough to finish things off. Oh yeah, we can actually walk across here now. Wood roof, and let's make sure, always make sure you're using the right resource so you don't accidentally use your more expensive stuff. And I did also want to build an overhanging roof over our crafting area as well. Let's take a wee rest. And do the same thing here. We're going to need even more wood. 5, 6. Yep, so we're going to need 6 more wood. 7 actually, because we're going to, once we're done with the roof, we're going to break those, we're going to roof off those stairs. And then we're gonna jump down and we're gonna come back here and we're gonna disassemble those stairs. I didn't intend to make this a multi-story building. This is just how we had to do it. To get up there and build a roof. Improvise, adapt, and overcome, something like that. We'll chop down an extra tree or two because, well, I'd like to keep some extra wood in the stash for when I need to build things. Alright, excellent. Alright. Oops. Oh, it actually lets us go straight through the roof to do that? Okay, well that's weird, but I think I'm still gonna just... Eh. Oh, I don't have my hammer in my inventory. I was like, why didn't that work? Because you need a hammer. That'd help, wouldn't it? Excellent. There we go. Excellent. We can put the hammer away again. We're not going to need that for a minute. Excellent, excellent. I think that's enough to let our boy sleep it off. He's had a long day of hard work putting this place together, making a little bit of money. And I'm definitely going to be doing more runs of that. But just to kind of show a little bit more of what I've been doing to gather resources, let's go ahead and head over to the mountains. Alright, we know from the foraging that there's mushrooms here. So I was quite confused on how to find specifically ores. You know, copper, tin, iron, etc., etc. So once again, I was furiously Googling it until I found a result that had word from the dev himself saying that ores only spawn in these procedurally generated caves. I was thinking I was gonna have to actually like mine through walls and search for things. Luckily, it's a little simpler than that. You just find caves, and one can locate some ores there. Now, also, if a town has a mine in it, a human town specifically has a mine in it, you can just go down in that mine and mine stuff. I got a little bit of our stash of copper this way, but most of those mines are you're only gonna actually be able to grab a couple from those. Most of what you're gonna be able to find out in the wilds is gonna be in caves or holes in the ground. Remember not too long ago? Was it like 1 or 2 of these ago? I was saying like, oh, a hole in the ground that says it looks inviting. I don't want to go in there. I'm not gonna fall for that stupid trick. Yeah, I was the stupid one all along. Turns out you do want to go in those. Because I did go in one and got like 8 copper ore from it. And boy, did I feel silly. Boy, did I feel a little goofy. Is that the spruce? Yeah, it's some more high quality wood. Now haven't had a whole lot of luck right now on finding caves in this this particular area. But most of these mountain tiles and a lot of the highlands ones are gonna have at least one little cave that will have at least a couple nodes of something in it. Now, they're not always going to be what you want, of course. One, I thought I had hit the jackpot, and it turns out it was just nothing but topaz. And it's like, well, that's great, those are pretty valuable and all, but I was looking for copper. Or perhaps iron. But hey, even if we come out of here empty-handed, that just knowing that this area has spruce wood in it is very nice. Now, we already explored in here, so we want to go the other way. We want to go perhaps over this way. And just keep hugging the walls, looking for entrances. And see what you find. He said, "Come and see," and I saw. Like, for instance, this one perhaps. Some purple mushrooms might be edible. Are you sure about that? Now this one might have nothing but mushrooms. You're not, like I said before, you're not always gonna find what you want. Sometimes a cave might just be completely empty anyways. I've definitely gotten really excited at finding a cave, only to find a whole lot of nothing, not even mushrooms. Just a fat handful of nothing. Let's see here. We'll gather these mushrooms while we're here anyways. But I was really hoping for something to mine. Well, it looks like at least this cave is going to be a bust for that. Unfortunate. I've definitely seen a couple minables just kind of out on the outer walls of these mountains near a cave, but I've only seen that once in comparison to finding several handfuls of caves with ores in them. What is this freak? A troglodyte with a spear. Well, just in case, let's go ahead and throw our shield on. Just in case he wants a Donnybrook. There we go. There is actually some copper. Looks like we're actually gonna have to bust out the torch because he wants to, just in case this guy comes after me in this cave. So, yep, there we go. Well then, let's see if we're gonna be able to see with him. Let's knock him back. Take the opportunity to rest. Give him the chop. Okay, this guy's a pushover. And he has some silk rags and a pine spear. Hell, we could always cut him up for some meat. Now we got 2 troglodyte's ear. That which is apparently a magic ingredient. Neato. Let's go ahead and re-equip our torch. So we can, possibly see what the hell we're doing. And let's keep scouring this cave for more copper. Hello? Oh, this is a good cave. This is a great cave. Once we train up our once we get a few levels in of training in construction, jeez, I cannot speak. The goal is to get our construction up to level 19, so we're going to need to train it with a trainer 9 times. And then we can make an anvil, which will allow us to smith things at home. Regular metal anvil, we're gonna have more than enough copper to do so. Well, we already have more than enough copper to do so. We're gonna have even more by then. I could... Ooh, goat has leather. Get over here. There we go. We got a little bit of meat, but most importantly, goat leather. We find a lot of goats in these mountains too. And I'm always sure to harvest them when I find them. Let's definitely grab a little bit more spruce wood while we're here. And what effect does this give? Weapon hit plus 10%, plus 1 range, and resist nature if it's used to make armor. Seems like spruce is pretty good, gonna be pretty decent for making bows. Though yew is gonna be better. And we do have a little bit of yew wood from that one POI that we cleared out a ways back. But I want to bring a decent amount of that home for future carpentry use. Though we're kind of starting to lean into working towards being able to do some metal working as well. Armor smithing and weapon smithing. I haven't tried to level armor smithing at all yet. I've only been working on weapon smithing and got that up to a whole level 3. Woohoo. But we've also been stockpiling stone now, since previously, before coming to the hills and mountains, stone was actually something that we just really couldn't find in the forest and grasslands. But obviously it's quite plentiful out here. It's very plentiful out here. And though not as valuable as, say, you know, like the palm wood thing, if one didn't have a jungle nearby, but had a town out in the middle of nowhere that doesn't have stone by itself, you could always sell them a bunch of stone. To do kind of the same principle, but with a different product. Alright, supply and demand, all that. More free food on our land. Alright, let's head back and probably start smelting a lot of that copper we just picked up, as well as putting away everything else that we got on our little journey. We definitely did skip a decent amount of time in between the last episode of this and this one, just due to the fact that I was grinding up all these skills, especially construction was very time consuming. So let's go ahead and put away all them seeds. We'll put the spruce wood, firewood, stone, mushrooms, those extra flints. Put all that away. All the apples and berries, the goat leather, the troglodyte ears. We'll put on the silk robe for now. And we'll probably just salvage the pine spear, see if we get anything out of it. We got the wood, but not the metal, of course. And let's go ahead and real quick cook up the fish and meat that we gathered along the way. Oh, we need to be in front of the smelter. That'd probably be the right thing to do. And we're gonna go ahead and make a whole bunch of copper ingots. Just make as many as we can. This would normally level our adventuring skill, but it's at its cap right now. I'm okay with that because we have plenty of ways to grind adventuring XP now. So I don't really feel like I'm missing out too hard. Alright, that took quite a bit of the day, but alas, we're good. We actually had one more ore in the stash, so we need to make just one more copper ingot. Because I don't know when the next time we're going to find tin is. Hence why all the tin that I had found I already made into bronze ingots with the copper. Excellent, excellent. Now we've got 63 copper ingots in our stash. Very good. A few silver ingots as well, and 19 bronze ingots. Excellent. As well as all this other stuff we've been hoarding. I do this in every game like this. I always end up hoarding. Which is funny because I'm kind of the opposite way in real life. I tend to get rid of a lot of stuff rather than hold on to too many things. But that's just way she goes, you know. Excellent. Well, let's put that wood away as well. We do need more maple wood. We use maple wood for quite a few things. I know there's some maple wood here in my neck of the woods, but we'll probably go another time to, like next time I'm stopping by Nordstall to sell stuff or whatever, there's still a ton of maple trees in that town that I haven't cut down. We'll steal resources from the other town before we use our own resources. But anyways, I think, like I said, this is going to be a little bit shorter one. So thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like, maybe even a comment, and maybe even subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.